Quiet Place is a kind of box office recipe Hollywood is always trying to discover. Take an incredibly small budget by any standard, had a fairly unique and original concept, then sprinkle in some Oscar bait level talent generously. Cook for 1 hour and 30 minutes, voila, box office gold. It's kind of as though the studio finds very difficult to ignore, hence the sequel, which came out 3 years later, unfortunately during the pandemic, which although had a much bigger budget of 55 to 61 million due to a higher visual effects count, still managed to pull in nearly 300 million at the box office. For me personally, it was 2 for 2. I really enjoyed it. Now, is there unconscious bias there because it features one of my favourite actresses on the planet? Maybe. Even without that, I just think it was a really cleverly crafted, well executed series of films. Yeah, I was always up for another helping, whenever they would get around to it. I mean, this thing's got legs. I was actually referring to the franchise, not the creature. I want to check the notes on that one. Yeah, thank you. So when I saw this movie pop up on the 2024 release schedule, I was like, I'm all in, sign me just up. Say when. And then I saw it was going to be a prequel, and then I was like, prequels are tricky things to pull off, no matter how great the original movie or movies are. It just asked Ridley Scott.
Get out! Come on! Good times.
And the good thing was Krasinski, who also directed the other 2 movies, was still on hand creatively with the story with new director Michael Stanowski, with a new cast of talented actors and one returning character, an all-new tale of suspense and terror that would show us what exactly did happen when the aliens first arrived and the entire world went quiet. It's about this point that I normally go into the background of the characters, set the scene, how the movie opens up, but I'm not going to do that. I went into this movie cold. I mean, not literally, it was actually summer over here in England, finally. But I mean, I went in there knowing nothing about the plot or any details at all. And I recommend you do too. No, there's no plot twist, it's just how I went in. People, let me tell you, I really enjoyed this movie. Like, I really enjoyed it. Took a long lady joke with me. She enjoyed it. It's just enough build up before it all kicks off. But look, you don't go into your favourite restaurant and go straight to the main course. You order a starter first, right? Right. But when the main course kicks off in this movie, it kicks off. Some of the set pieces really had me on the edge of my seat and kept me there for a long time, like a giant bird perched on a branch for visual reference.
You've got cramp in my legs.
Performances were all round excellent. Peter really got to shine in this movie. I have huge respect for the actress ever since she shunned Viola Davis. When she asked her to appear in her movie The Woman King. I have to Google it to get the full lowdown, but suffice to say, completely twisting the events of what happened to her direct ancestors in slavery days, all in the name of feminism. Disgusting. Anyway, great actress, I'm not gonna lie. Creepy as heck in us. I mean, she's always good, but she's really good in this, which just goes to show the amount of top level talent that this series attracts. I mean, Cillian Murphy in part 2, anyone?
Come on.
And I also got to give a shout out to Joseph Quinn, an actor I'm not familiar with outside of him being cast in the Fantastic Four, which made me curious because Human Torch is a larger than life character.
Now picture that, but everywhere. It was everywhere. What?
Naturally, he doesn't play a Human Torch-like character in this movie, so there's no real gauge for how he's going to do. However, he is a decent actor, so I am a little bit more optimistic about that movie's chances. Also got to give a shout out to the cinematographer because this movie looks
unreal, man.
Gorgeous and some scenes beautiful. So yeah, shout out to Patrick Scola. I'm not familiar with the director Michael Stanowski's work, but you know what? Going forward, I think we all will do a fantastic job here. On point. Pulled out some great performances, and like I said, nailed some really suspenseful set pieces. Yeah, look, this is a great film, man. And I do hate that the critics like it as well. I almost trained myself to hate whatever it is that they like. The vast majority of them appear to be more politically driven than anything else. Regardless of what they think, I'm going to call it as I see it, and I like it. First one's still my favourite, but this is still 3 for 3 when it comes to entertainment.
The one that I thought was really heartening and surprising, Quiet Place Day One. $53 million for this opening weekend, which is, for this type of movie, is really good.
By the time you watch this video, it would have crossed 100 million worldwide. So yeah, I think this is on its way to being a success. Pretty much. So yeah, give it a try. It's an excellent date movie. Go solo if you're that way inclined. Or with your friends, whatever. Support your local cinema. Tell Hollywood that this is the type of movie that we expect them to make. I didn't see any agenda in this movie at all. Outside of the agenda to entertain. From what I understand, that's how both John Krasinski and Emily Blunt roll. Nah, this film's all about survival, man. And there's no time for any of that
Pronoun crap.
Just good old fashioned escapism. At least I hope it's escapism. Because if anything like this were to happen in real life, we'd be one final point. The budget for this one's around 67 million, reportedly, which, although more than the previous two movies, still a hell of a lot less than friggin' Acolytes. Yeah, I just had to put that in there, man, because I still don't understand. Where'd that money go?
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Well, I guess he doesn't know either. So over to you now. Will you be watching the movie? Have I convinced you, or were you already convinced? What's next for the franchise? Another sequel? Another prequel? I think it would make an excellent TV series on HBO Max or whatever. This could easily be the next Walking Dead. No, back when Walking Dead was actually a good show. You don't get to negotiate terms with zombies. Similarly, no negotiating with these aliens. They just want you dead and out of there. Whatever your thoughts, comment down below, because it's getting late and I got to go. Yeah, I wrote that.